and welcome back. Season 6 of Geno's Picks. People, Joe and I cannot thank you enough for your continued support. And I know you can't wait to get all the fun jokes and stuff that we have in the picks. But first, people, you need to go look at our AFC and NFC previews. We got win totals up. Go take a peek at them. Hopefully it's not Thursday kickoff yet, because that's one of our picks. So let's get right to them. But first, you know what really grinds my gears, people? That after 5 full seasons of Geno's Picks, some people still think that these picks are racist in the least bit. Yes, at times I make fun of the stereotypes of the many different races and religions we're lucky enough to have here in the land of the free and the home of the brave, because our tolerance of everyone and everything affords us such a diverse mix of Americans. But that's it, people. We're not racist. A racist isn't someone like me who comes willingly to the camera to try and bring us closer by laughing at what makes us so different. A racist is someone who gets caught on camera, like Riley Cooper or Hugh Douglas, saying what they think no one will hear. Words that are not carefully thought or written out just to find the right way to bring laughter, as much as words that are blurted out from a place of anger and hatred. Racists are people who think that only one race is entitled to use a water fountain in 1963 and not another, as much as racists are someone who thinks a certain race is entitled to use a word in 2013 and another race isn't. Stop being so small-minded, America, because our beautiful country is evolving. Its people, its language, and its ideologies. So get on board with just what we're saying here and everything we do here at Geno's Picks, because our goal is always knowledge and laughter. Okay? Geno's Picks are racist? Nigger, please. And by the way, if you Google nigger, please, you know what you get? The first 2 words of Riley Cooper's apology. Now, let's get to Geno's Picks. All right, let's get right to it, people. My first pick. The Ravens are getting 7.5 from the Broncos in Denver. Really? 7.5 points on opening night? Sure, the Broncos have one of the best defenses in the AFC, but the Ravens defense has gotten younger and faster, hasn't it? And yeah, the Broncos probably have the best quarterback in the AFC, not named Brady. But the Ravens have a quarterback whose career record of 54-26 puts his winning percentage at 68%. And of those 54 wins, he is a perfect 5-0 on opening day. So I see this being a great game and a close game, and I think Baltimore will be sending some messages here. Hello, Peyton Manning, this is Baltimore. And that wasn't luck when we beat you last year, and it wasn't luck when we beat the New England Patriots in the AFC Championship. In fact, it was actually luck when they beat us in the 2011 AFC Championship, and it certainly wasn't luck when we beat the best defense in football in the 49ers in Super Bowl 47. Hey, Vegas, this is Baltimore. How dare you make us a double-digit dog, nearly a double-digit road dog on our first game back defending our title. And hey, hello Baltimore, thanks for making us the first Super Bowl defending champ to open the NFL season on the road. I think in the future, the team that gets to use the shared parking lot is the one that has won a championship in the current millennium. Hello, America, this is the Ravens. Take us and the 7.5 you're getting. My next pick, the Patriots are giving a dozen to the Bills in Orchard Park, New York. Wow, it's amazing that the quarterbacks talked about most in this game will not even see the field. No one has talked about Tom Brady, people, because there's nothing new to talk about. He's as consistent and as amazing as he is every year. You know what we talked about? We talked about Tim Tebow in the all-off season. And no one has talked about Jeff Toole, despite the fact that he is the first ever undrafted QB to start on opening day since the NFL instituted the draft. You know why? Because there hasn't been any time to talk about him. They just dropped the bomb on us that he's starting after Kevin Cobb was ruled out for the year from yet another concussion. And E.J. Manuel's knee is the size of a melon. But by the way, there's some good news, Buffalo fans. You can finally get a Google hit if you use the words Buffalo Bills and swell on opening day. But I think I found another reason Bill Belichick is a genius. Think about it. He hates answering questions about his players and his offense in the preseason even more than he does in the regular season, if that's possible. So maybe, just maybe, in his brilliant wisdom, he played the media perfectly in bringing in Tim Tebow this offseason, because that's all the media asked him about. Not about Kenbrell Tompkins, this amazing rookie wideout. Not about the dynamic combination at running back of Ridley and Vereen. And not about Gronk, who practiced in pads just the other day and is on the opening day 53-man roster. Nope. All Belichick did was let the media ask and ask and ask about Tim Tebow, when in the end, watching him all preseason was like watching him on any given play. Root for him all you want, but in the end, all you're really doing is waiting on his slow and painful release, people. The Patriots remain the class of this division. They're going to show you why on Sunday. And the Bills, meanwhile, remain in the basement of the AFC East because of their terrible front office. As the only difference for the Bills this opening day is they will have one inexperienced tool on the field in addition to the 15 idiot tools they have in the front office, people. And you wonder why these guys lose a home game every year and have to play it in Toronto. Wow, maybe they should play their home games in Vietnam, because that's the only city in the world associated with a more tragic draft than Buffalo. Take the Patriots and lay the dozen. My next pick, the Giants are getting 3 from the Cowboys in Big D. People, I've always compared Jason Garrett to Norv Turner in the AFC. He's a great offensive coordinator, but he should never be given the reins to an entire team. And while the Chargers finally wised up and removed Norv from the equation, he's out in Cleveland as the OC. Dallas went completely the opposite direction, as they have kept Jason Garrett in charge of the entire team, but pulled his play-calling duties and given them to Bill Callahan. So you're taking away the one thing that he's good at and giving it to someone else who sucks at it. That's like cheating on your wife with the babysitter, and while you're doing it, hiring a hooker to watch your kid. People, please. The last time Callahan called offensive plays in the NFL, it was Super Bowl 37, and that's when he got killed by Chucky and the Bucks, 48-21. Now, many people say it was a conspiracy, as Callahan changed the entire offensive strategy 2 days before the big game. But as my good friend, dropped the name, John Ritchie of the Artie Lang Show will attest, he was on that team, it wasn't what Callahan changed, it's what he didn't change. The name of every offensive play John Gruden created and was using in that offense the previous year when he was Oakland's head coach. It wasn't that the Raiders didn't know the new plays as much as it was how much the Buccaneers knew the old plays. John Callahan knows nothing about creating a good offensive game plan, and now he's going to call the plays while Garrett manages the entire game? Oof, Dallas. Maybe instead of making Callahan the offensive coordinator, they should have dug up Shakespeare, because it's been well over a decade since either one wrote a play, and most people think they stole them anyway. Meanwhile, the Giants, Victor Cruz is healthy, Hakeem Nicks is in a contract year, and David Wilson, who fumbled away the job last year, not only had all last year to sit and get motivated to do the job great, Antonio Brown broke his leg. That job is Wilson's to run wild with. Take the G-men and the field goal. Which brings me to my Double Your Money Monday Night Better, as I like to call it. Did you really think your dopey little kid was going to get into college? All right, look, the Eagles getting 4 from the Redskins in D.C. on Monday night. Yes, I know, the Redskins have one of the most dynamic players returning in RG3. And they have an incredible running back in Alfred Morris, smart, grounded kid. And they got back the healthy, fleet-footed receiver, Pierre Garçon. But the fact of the matter is, and I think we all saw it, RG3's got to be a little rusty, because he spent the whole offseason snapping at Mike Shanahan rather than taking snaps in practice, and I think that's going to affect the whole offense on opening night for the Skins. Now, the Birds, on the other hand, have new coach Chip Kelly, and he's looking to bring his high-powered offense over from the University of Oregon. Oh, it annoys me so much when people say Oregon. That's not a word, people. If you don't know how to pronounce it, go check it at your local library. Now, the thing I like about Chip Kelly's offense and defense is it's not that complicated. It's a few simple plays, and when players have less to remember and thereby less to worry about forgetting, they play faster and more confidently, especially when you have a healthy Michael Vick, who thrives in an offense like this, because an NFL playbook is like a Starbucks order. The more directions you give, the further you're getting away from what works best, the strongest, blackest thing they have. People, look for a steady diet of Michael Vick, and what winds up being a game decided by a field goal. Take the Birds and the 4 you're getting. Welcome back, people. Those are Geno's picks.